Hello everyone, so it is time for me to answer your questions. Okay, let's begin. I have also added a few things that people just said under my videos, under this video, so let's begin. Dark Storm says, "Well, you rock, yeah!" Thank you, mate. Montel Pfeiffer. You, as usual in these videos, have several questions for me. You ask, which one did you like better, Fallout Equestria or Fallout Equestria Project Horizons? Actually, I like Fallout Equestria Project Horizons better because it gives us a lot of backstory on the Hoof, on what happened during the war and stuff like that. The main story, the original story, lacked that a little bit, so yeah, and Project Horizons has a much darker take on the whole thing, which seems to me a little more realistic in a world where everyone is basically trying to fend for themselves. Your second question is, is there any way in the future we can get you to do a Brain React reading? I don't know what you mean by that. Brain React, is that a story or something? If Brain React is a story, post me a link in the description and we'll see. Not in the description, in the comments. But otherwise, I don't know what you mean here. And your third question is, saddest character death in a fanfiction TV show or movie? Oh my god. The saddest character deaths that really stayed with me for a long while was from the visual novel. Visual novels are a kind of game, you can look them up. Muff-Luff Alternative, and that was the death of Mitsurugi Miya. You must imagine, in Muff-Luff it's like this. There is this alien race that doesn't recognize humans as life forms because they themselves are silicon-based and humans are carbon-based, and they don't recognize anything that is not silicon-based as life, especially as intelligent life. So they start to mine resources on the Earth and to basically just eliminate humans. And humanity, of course, fights back, and they develop this huge super weapon robot thingy. And you, as the main character of this story, are put in control of that super robot thingy, and your squad of, I think, 6 women, also in big fighting robots, are protecting you while you are going into the enemy main base to destroy their controller, because this race works like this. You have this one really intelligent being and the others are only drones. So you go in there to kill this thing, and while you're on your way, one after another of your squad mates die. But Mitsurugi Miya, with her robot, sends fake radar data to your robot, making you believe that everyone is still alright, that everyone is still alive. And then, in the end, when you're about to fire your cannon to destroy this thing, that thing attacks you, and Mitsurugi Miya jumps in front of it. And that thing is organic and kinda starts to corrupt her robot, and she can't move anymore. She can't get out of the way. If she ejects, then that thing will just, toss her robot aside and attack you. And if she tries to cut the tentacles that the thing is holding her with, the same thing would happen. It would just toss her away, and so she begs you to shoot. She begs you to shoot. The character is then hesitating to shoot, and she says, you must imagine that these two never got together. And then she says, please grant me this one wish. I want to be killed by the man I love. And he pulls the trigger, and her robot is basically with her inside, vaporized. And yeah, that was the saddest character death that I can think of from the top of my head. Ashfire Everfree, you ask me, have you decided on what stories we should vote on next after Project Horizon is finished? Actually, yes and no, because there won't be a vote after Project Horizons. After Project Horizons, there will be Fallout Equestria Duty. And after the Lunar Cypher, I will start releasing She's Having a Foal, because people have been asking me about that one for ages, to be precise, ever since I read My New Life in Equestria, if I'm not mistaken. So those two will be next. After those, I'm not sure. There is one story that I have in production that I will not release until the written version is finished, because quite frankly, I don't want to have another ongoing thing on my channel, and that is Upheaval Journeys. Yeah, so that's that. Schattensonne. You want to know, do you plan to work with other VA together for future narrations? Yes, I do. I do, actually. I think in Project Horizons you have by this point heard Webshotter as Rover. And in the next chapter, in chapter 35, there will be Ice Gaze as Homage. Basically, yeah, I'm working with a few other VAs for Project Horizons for now, and for Fallout Equestria Duty, I will most likely get a few VAs. There is one pet project that I want to do, but I'm not quite sure if I will. I have mentioned it in my live stream video. That was, what was its name? The Vinyl Scratch Tapes, yeah, because they were never finished by Midnight Magic Productions, and I really liked that story. So if I would do that, then I already have someone who would take the role of Octavia. I have tweeted No Whacking if she would do what was it? Vinyl Scratch, but I haven't gotten an answer, so I assume that she wouldn't do it. I'm just assuming, or she just missed my tweet. Yeah, so that's what I'm up to, basically. And now, GCH BCVC. You have several questions for me, and I will have a drink before I answer them. 1 second. By the way, this video is not edited. The sound is not edited. The only thing will do is cut out eventual background noises. So you can actually hear my wheezy breathing for once. So, you want to know, are you a Fallout fan? If you are you excited for Fallout 4? Thing is, I do have Fallout 1, 2, Fallout Tactics, Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. I only finished Fallout 3 because I was pretty far in Fallout 1 and 2, but yeah, you know how that is. You're playing, the computer crashes, and your save states are gone. And I didn't finish the games because, yeah, I was like 2/3 through, and then I was, shit, game crash, game save corrupted, and yes, I am a Fallout fan, but the thing is, am I excited for Fallout 4? The thing recently with games is that many games come out and are not in a fit state to be released. So I'm reserving judgment on Fallout 4 until it's out for a few weeks. I'm not pre-ordering that thing because I've been burnt with pre-order before, And I'm pretty glad that I didn't pre-order Alien Colonial Marines back then, because that game turned out to be bad. Even though it was hyped like nothing. So, and like nothing I had seen before. So, basically, no, I'm not going to pre-order it. I am a little bit excited about it, but we'll see. How long do you plan to continue your YouTube career? I basically don't consider this to be a career. I will do this for a while longer, I think. The thing is, with the current release schedule, even if I quit, you wouldn't notice for a while. Because there are a few videos uploaded that are not public yet. And so basically they are on an automated release schedule. So even if I were to quit right now and would even log out of my YouTube account, you wouldn't notice until like end of October. Because there are still automated uploads happening. I mean, not uploads, releases. The videos are up. They just have to be released. And that's happening with an automated function of YouTube. So, yeah. Who is your favorite fanfiction author? Actually, I don't have one. If I had to choose one, I would say it's either Hoopy McGee with his Project Sunflower, or I saw with the Celestia Code, the Lunar Cipher, and the Twilight Enigma. Where are you from? I'm from Germany. Who is your favorite background pony? Oh, I think that would be Octavia. I really like Octavia. And her whole fanon thing with that she's roommates with Vinyl Scratch and stuff. That is really cool. I like it. Where did you learn English? In school. I learned the basics of English in school. And then later, when I was... I didn't have a job and stuff and was basically just hanging around because I had a ruptured disc and couldn't move that well. So I hung around the house most of the day playing games. And those games and movies that I watched and played were mostly in English. And my English wasn't that good at the time. I mean, it's not good now, but I think it's at least decent. So what did I do? I took a dictionary, and every time there was a word I didn't understand, I looked it up. So that's how I basically learned most of my English, because I wanted to understand what the characters were saying. Your next question is, who is your favorite out of the main 6? Twilight. I like her. I read a lot, she reads a lot, I think we'd get along. What was your favorite story you have narrated, and what is your favorite story you've read? Oh my god. My favorite story that I've narrated, it's really hard because I've narrated so many. But once again, if I had to choose, it would be Project Sunflower, really, because that is really an awesome story. And the best story, my favorite story that I have read, from fanfictions, from MLP fanfictions, quite frankly, most of what I have read you can find on my channel, because I don't really read fanfiction for my own enjoyment anymore. And those that I did read for my own enjoyment are now on my channel. So, from everything I've read, Project Sunflower and the Celestia Code, those two they share place 1 on my top 10 list. Tacos or burritos? Thing is, I've never ever eaten either. I've never eaten a taco and I've never eaten a burrito. Believe it or not. Ashley Titus, you want to know, did you enjoy Fallout Equestria Starlight? Yes, I did. It is a very good story, even though I personally think that the author Volres XP has over-edited the thing a little bit. I mean, has, from my initial reading of the story and to the point where I narrated it, he took a few parts out, and I personally think these parts would have been great if he had left them in the story, but it's his story, so it's his decision. Do you think do you think the things in it should be canon to Foe? No. There are some things like, partially. You can say partially. Most stuff in there with Twilight actually being a princess and Rarity devising a spell to make ponies not see her wings and stuff, and the whole spark and stuff that is stuff that doesn't belong in the canon Foe, in my opinion. But that's just my personal opinion. I mean, I have written a Foe story myself, and I don't consider the stuff that happens in my story canon. I mean, yeah, there are a few things in Fallout Equestria Duty that you could add to the canon, which would be stuff like the stable that has been taken over by changelings, or what was that other stuff? The thing with the Children of the Apocalypse, with their towns and with their rituals and stuff. That would be pretty awesome if that was added to canon, because it's the first Fallout Equestria story that I've read that actually touched on that. What do we have next? I don't really think that the stuff with Discord and should be considered canon, because I personally think that other Fallout Equestria stories did a much better job in explaining what could have happened to Discord. So parts yes, part no, I guess. Stoner Spike asked, do you plan on continuing and finishing the Fallout Equestria Project Horizons novel? Yes. Yes, I do. By the point I release this video, I have already pre-recorded. You must imagine, Fallout Equestria Project Horizons is divided into 5 novels, actually. I have on my channel so far Chapter 1 to, I think Chapter 34 should be the newest one released by the point this video comes out. So, from 1 to, I think, 17 is book 1. And from there on to 33 is book 2. And I have already recorded 34 to 47, which is book 3. That is completely recorded. I only have to edit it and upload it. Thing is, since I'm working with a few VAs, I also have to wait for a few lines. So, this is pre-recorded. It is already there. The files are there. I have them backed on like 4 different external hard drives just in case anything happens. So, I am going to finish this thing. William Johnson asks me, he says, I love your stuff. Your work always makes me happy. Oh yeah, thank you. Glad you like my stuff. It's really nice to hear that from time to time, because I more than often are told that I'm not up to snuff. Star Wars 90001 asks me, what's your favorite story? Can be anything. Oh my god. My favorite story would be Muffloof Alternative, actually. The thing I described above with the... Oh yeah, something fell down. The thing with the alternate reality. That is my absolute favorite story. DSC Graphics says, "So, as I see you like my artwork I made for ya." Yes, I do. You made an awesome picture and I really love it. West Aussie Brumby asks me, was that Dragon Speech or another program you used? I don't use any programs from the Dragon Thingy franchise because I once had Dragon Naturally Speaking, that program sucked, and the thing I'm using here is Text Aloud. Prince Everfree, you have several questions as well. So let's begin. Have you been inside a castle? Since the town I live in has a castle as its as a landmark, yes, I have been in a castle. Do you have any plans on updating the Asylum series anytime soon? I get this question a lot in my private messages and in emails. And I can only repeat what I say each and every time. I am not the author of Asylum. I have all chapters that are currently released on my channel. Means up to chapter 26. As long as Demon of Decay does not release another chapter, I cannot update the story. So, sorry, I can't plan this, it's up to Demon. If I went to prison, what would you think it would be for? Nowadays, most likely copyright infraction, because that seems to be one of the most common things. Is science to Germany as football is to Texas? Nope, I don't think so. I have never been to Texas and don't know your attitude to or Texans' attitudes to football, but if you try to talk about sciencey stuff with someone on the street, they will most likely look at you and with that look that suggests that you're either crazy or you're trying to annoy them. There are some people you can talk sciencey stuff with, but not many. Why are past Q&A videos ignored when anyone talks about making another one? Oh, I don't know. I seriously thought I had answered all the questions in my previous Q&A videos. What do you think about the lack of ponies in the My Little Pony movies? I'm not really, I'm neutral on that. I'm one of those guys who sees the movies and the series as two different things. I'm not one of those people who says that, oh, the movie sucks, now the series sucks, it's the death of the fandom. I'm not one of those people. I liked the movies, so even though up to now, I haven't watched Friendship Games. I haven't. Had no time to do it. So basically, I'm neutral on that. I like the movies, so I'm neutral on the whole lack of ponies thing. Yeah, there was that question. Do you get confused by Old Equestrian? Ye are asking someone who has read Macbeth in Old English. But yes, I do get confused by Old Equestrian. It's totally tying my tongue sometimes. Do you like spoilers? No, I hate them. I hate spoilers. Is it possible for all of my questions to fit into one comment? Well, considering that people have actually tried to copy the whole Bible into the comment section, yes, it is possible. As far as I know, those experiments actually worked, because there is no character limit in the comment section anymore. So basically you can copy whole friggin' books in there. But please don't do that. I don't want to get in trouble with copyright stuff. What is not your social security number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not my social security number. Do you have any questions for me? Where are you from? Meowmak asks, if you had 10 seconds to say whatever... If you had 10 seconds to say whatever to any of the main 6 or all of them, what would you say? Oh, yeah. I would most likely... 10 seconds? That's not much. That's really not much. I'd basically... Either I would just stare and be like, how did I get here? Or I would be like, you're awesome, and then flash and I'm away again. So, yeah. A Noise Unknown asks, how long have you been a brony? Formerly, in my former Q&A videos, I answered this questions a few times with 2013, so 2 years. But when I was going through these questions, I was thinking, wait, that isn't quite right. Actually, it's more like late 2012. So, yeah, almost 3 years by now. Omega Alpha Alicorn Primuniskron. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but that is a tongue-tying here. I hope I got it at least half right. Asks, what happened to the Pony Swords series, and are you going to continue? Pony Swords was a thing I did just for fun. The thing is, back then, after the last Pony Swords video, I was like, ooh, okay, now next episode comes out and I have to do a Pony Swords video. So I watched the episode and I can't find my fucking camera. Then I look around the house for my camera and can't find it. Then I was like, okay, can I record this with my webcam? Yes, I could, but the quality sucked. So I was like, okay, calm down, find the camera. It took me 2 days to find the friggin' camera. It had fallen down and was like lying between my shelf and my desk. So I'm now, okay, now you got the camera, now you can do the Pony Swords video. And what is? The battery is empty. And I'm like, okay, charge this thing. By the time I had everything ready to record, the next episode was already out. So I thought, okay, let's do it for this episode. And it happened then that my camera derped out on me. It was like, I recorded like 5 minutes and then the thing just shut down. And the data it had recorded was corrupted. By the time I got that sorted out, 3 more episodes had come out. And I was like, okay, screw it. Then I got sick. And no, I will not continue this because it just meant a lot of more stress for me for basically just rambling about something. I'm not an analyzer. I'm a narrator, and that's that. Sorry. Your next question. Yes, you say that they were nice and stuff, and you would love to see more of them. Sorry. It's just stressful to make them, and with all the readings I'm doing, there's no time. Nightfang Cat asks, what one do you like best? Fallout Equestria, Project Horizons, or Fallout Equestria? Well, Nightfang Cat, I answered that above, but I will also tell you this. I like Project Horizons better because it has a much darker tone and it's just cooler. More backstory and stuff. Wanda Chavos asks me, are you going to finish on Fallout Equestria Security? No, I'm not. Fallout Equestria Security was a prototype for a story I wrote later. I only released these 5 chapters on my channel because I had them already recorded and was like, well, you can either delete them or you can release them to the public. So I released them to the public. Fallout Equestria Security eventually evolved into Fallout Equestria Duty. And that will come out after Fallout Equestria Project Horizons is finished. So if you want to follow Frostmane's journey, you just have to wait until Project Horizons is done. The big thing would be, one thing. Some things have changed. I mean, the whole stable thing has been scrapped, and there is much more companionship going on now, and finding out about stuff that happened, and you'll see. I will, however, link the prologue to Fallout Equestria Duty in the description. I use that as promotion material, you could say. I have recorded a few chapters of that yet, and yes, they are actually on my channel yet, but not public. But it's not finished, because I'm so busy with just editing Project Horizons and the Lunar Cipher that I can't get around to it. So, as I said, if you want to follow Frostmane on her journey, you just have to wait for Fallout Equestria Duty. Luna Moon wants to know, how many Fallout Equestria spin-offs do you plan on reading? Just these 3 or more? What do you mean, just these 3? I mean, Fallout Equestria alone is, I think, 64 hours long. Then I have Fallout Equestria Starlight, which is also over 60 hours long. Then Fallout Equestria Security, which only has 5 chapters on my channel, but yeah, that's 3. And then we have Fallout Equestria Project Horizons, which is 4, and that already is longer than the original. There will be more, yes. As I said in an update video, I think 2 months ago, I said that I will have this update schedule. I will have Wednesday, there will be a story that is not Fallout Equestria related, meaning something like the Lunar Cipher, or She's Having a Foal, or Project Sunflower Harmony, or stuff like that. And on Saturdays, there will be something Fallout Equestria related, like Fallout Equestria Project Horizons, Fallout Equestria Duty, Fallout Equestria Broken Steel, Fallout Equestria. I'm just thinking of some Fallout Equestria stories from the top of my head. Pure Heart, stuff like that. But I have to get around to recording that stuff first. So, yeah. As long as I'm doing this, there will be Fallout Equestria and there will be other stuff. So, let's hope I continue this for a few more years. And then you can maybe see like 10 more Fallout Equestria stories on my channel. Oh my god, after that I will need a new voice. Hopefully, voice processors will be invented by then. Prince Kilborn asks me, if you had to choose one, would you choose the Solar Empire or the Lunar Republic? That's a good question, but one, you must imagine I'm a Lunar fanboy through and through. The thing is, I wouldn't, if Luna and Celestia were to fight, I wouldn't choose either of them. I would like step in and say, stop it, girls. Eat a Snickers. Yeah, stuff like that. Because it's not... I don't think they would fight. If if they were to divide Equestria into the new Lunar Republic and the Solar Empire peacefully, then I would prefer to live in the new Lunar Republic. because I like Luna better. But that's about it. It's not like I would take up arms to fight for the new Lunar Republic against the Solar Empire. Vampire Girl 258 asks, do you know Crazed Ramblings? If so, do you know why he stopped reading? I don't know him. I have had email contact with him about a year and a half ago, when for the first time someone requested Fallout Equestria Project Horizons from me. During that time, I asked him if he was planning to finish the story. He answered me that he was, but he encouraged me to read it, to narrate it. If I still had those emails, I would let them scroll down the screen right now, but I don't have them anymore, sadly. Thing is, after that, he never answered me again. So, I don't know why he stopped, basically. But there's one thing that I can tell only to everyone who is not... This is not meant as an attack or anything. But that's only something I can tell to anyone who is not satisfied with my reading of Project Horizons. This is not directed at you, Vampire Girl. This is directed at everyone. If you don't like what I do, if you don't like it, then I invite you, do a reading of it yourself. It's not like, do it better. No, I mean it seriously. Because I think personally that it's good if there is variety in narrators. Because then people can decide who to listen to. Right now, I am the only one, except those automated readings, that actually has Fallout Equestria Project Horizons to this point. So if you want to do it, do it. Seriously. If you need advice in audio editing, just ask me. I'll gladly provide advice. I'll even recommend you a microphone, which would be a Blue Yeti for starters. It's not too expensive and it has a good performance. So basically, if you don't like what I do, I invite you to do a reading yourself. And if you need advice on audio editing, just ask me. I will help. I mean it in a good sort of way. You know, in this not in this do it better if you can. No, I mean it really to have variety in narrators. To so if there's someone who doesn't like my version but likes your better, he can go to you and listen to your version. It's stuff like this. I personally am not, and I do not feel as if someone has stepped on my toes if someone else reads the story I did already. I personally like the diversity. So, yeah, that just had to be said. Porter Andros asks me, can you make a list of your music for BJ? No. No, my friend. You can find all of the music I use in the YouTube audio library. But if I were to make a list, that list would be very, very, very long. Because I have in my downloaded MP3 folder for my videos, I have like, I don't know, 250 files. And yeah, that would be a long list. Screwed Loose says, or asks, is it normal if my 6th toe detaches and reattaches at random? This wouldn't be normal if 6 toes were normal, but I think that this is a trick question, so I'll say, go to your local witch doctor and have him take a look at it. Three Dog King. How long does it normally take it to edit a how long does it normally take to edit a chapter? Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm fucking this up sometimes, because I have the text on my tablet and the tablet is a little ways away, and so the writing is very small, so sorry if I sometimes mess it up reading. How long does it normally take to edit a chapter? Well, it really depends on how long the chapter is and what I intend to do with it. If I want to release something that's like only 20 minutes long, like some chapters of the Lunar Cipher, and don't add music, don't add sound effects, that's relatively quick. That's just cleaning and putting some voice-changing sound effects in there. That's done in about an hour and a half. But if I put music and sound effects and I don't know how much stuff in there, then from this 1.5 hours it goes up to maybe 3. About 3 hours. And if I then have a chapter that is longer than these 20 minutes, then you can imagine how long that takes. For a chapter of Project Horizons, for example, just for example, the cleaning process, cutting out my breathing and everything, and trying to get rid of background noises, that alone takes an entire day. Because I am very thorough with this. Much more thorough than I was before. So basically, when I do this, I sit down and do it, 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 and do it. It takes time. So, and the next day then I will add sound effects or music. That doesn't take that long. Even in a chapter that is like 2 hours or 3 hours long, that only takes like 4 or 5 hours. But you see, that is the thing. For a chapter to get it really done, that takes 2 days, basically, from Project Horizons. And then I have to make it into a video and upload it. And I have an upload speed of about 100 kilobytes per second. So you can imagine how long that takes. So I usually have some ready, several videos at once, and upload them in the course of a few days with my tablet. Matt Listener asks, who's your favorite OC character from your fanfics? From my personal fanfics, from the ones I wrote, that would be Moonsinger from The Children of the Night. Aaron Hirsch wants to know, why can't I find any of your written stories anymore? I have deleted them. I have taken everything I wrote off of FimFiction. That has its good reasons, and you write here, did you choose to remove them because you thought they weren't good enough? Partially, yes. But there are reasons that I will not disclose here because that is not for the public, but I have deleted them. That's basically all you need to know. There is something involved that I don't want to share with the public, so just please accept that. Infernal Mercenaries says, love your work, keep them up, mate. Thank you, I'm glad you can enjoy my work. Luna Legion asks, who's your favorite Doctor in Doctor Who and the Doctor Who's universe? Well, the thing is, recently I've listened to a few audiobooks where the 12th Doctor was the main character, played by Peter Capaldi, and I actually like that Doctor. But my favorite would be number, I think, 9. Number 9. Because he had this whole don't fuck with me thing going on. I remember when Rose was captured by the Daleks, and the Daleks tell him, you will not do anything. And he's like, no. What is the meaning of this negative? I said no. And stuff like that. And then the Daleks are, your companion will be eliminated. And he's like, no! Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rescue Rose Tyler from the middle of the Dalek fleet. And I'm gonna stop you, and then I'll wipe every stinking Dalek out of the sky. Stuff like that. I really liked that Doctor. It was awesome. So, yeah. Your next question is, what was your first thought when you heard of the Doctor Who MLP crossover? And here's a funny story. Before I listened to Dr. Hoof's and Assistant, I didn't even know that there was Doctor Who. So basically, yeah. I got into Doctor Who after Dr. Hoof's. So I thought of Doctor Who as Dr. Hoof's without hoofs. So, yeah. And there was a second part to your first question. Sorry about that. You asked about my favorite Dr. Hoofs. And that would be one that is not so widely known, but I love it. The voice acting is spot on. The characters are well written. The story is just awesome. And that would be Dr. Hoof's The Great and Powerful. It is awesome. Seriously, go listen to it. I will see if I can find it in my favorites list, and then I'll put a link in the description. It's really good. Sadly, there aren't many episodes out, and I don't know if they'll continue, but the stuff that they have is awesome. So, your next question would be, what happened to VP Plays? That is easily explained. VP Plays, I did a reboot on that. Now it's Zeomark Gaming. Zeomark was my nickname way before I got into ponies. And it's a name some people know me by. So I converted VP Plays, which was an English Let's Play channel catering to you guys, to my English audience, to a German Let's Play channel, because I personally find it easier to play the games in German. Because, well, I am German. Sorry. Which season of MLP is currently your favorite? Season 4. Dragon Ball fight with T-Rex was just awesome. TJ Hammer wants to know, how long have you been a brony? Well, yeah, I answered that above, but I'll tell you. Late 2012. So, like, about 3 years by now. And that was the last question, every pony. Wow, this got longer than I expected. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed my shenanigans here. And we will see each other very soon, I suppose. Sincerely yours, Visual Pony.